ones I've been on. I thought I'd do a quick update on where I am. I thought I'd start to vlog a bit my journey with this, because there's not many on YouTube with ACL recoveries, or not recently anyway. The ones that I've seen are like years ago. So quick recap of the last 12 months. So probably about this time last year, I started to suffer with lower blood pressure. I started to feel a lot of fainting, a lot of dizzy, blacked out a few times. And it was about June time last year that it started, to be fair. And then July, August, it got worse. And so I've got something called POTS, which is basically postural ortho tachycardia, something like that. But basically it means that my blood pressure is really low. When I stand up too quickly, the blood doesn't get to my brain quick enough, and therefore I get dizzy. Just literally, I've got to manage it with a healthy lifestyle. Just get better at taking it slower when I get up. So fast movements I'm okay with. So if you do a quick burpee, I'm absolutely fine. It's when you've been laying for quite a while, then you get up. Just got to manage it with lifestyle, healthy lifestyle. I've got to have salt now, more salt. I take some salt every morning to artificially keep my blood pressure up, and drink lots of water throughout the day. And I've been managing it really well through just February. Went on a little ski trip with my husband. First time we've been just the two of us. I've been skiing for about 10 years. We've always been with the kids. I learnt with the kids. So we went skiing day 5, morning of day 5. Up until that point, we had a bit of mixed bag of weather. So it was mainly whiteout days, lots of snow, lots of fresh powder, which was amazing. But trying to ski in snowy conditions is awful. Quite windy as well. So a couple of days they closed off some lifts. But overall, I enjoyed it. It was good. Cold, but good. Day 5, we were just coming out of the clouds. It had been snowing at the top, and snow just kind of stopped as we were coming out of the clouds early in the day. So I wasn't drinking, had no alcohol in my system. And I just fell. I literally was coming down an ungroomed slope, a little red ungroomed slope, and I just fell really quite pathetically. I mean, I've had some amazing wipeouts. You know, I thought I've like rolled off the piste. I've done loads of amazing wipeouts. This one was a piddly one, and this is the one that caused me the most damage. So, sort of gathered my bearings, gave myself a couple of minutes just to relax, get back up. I had a bit of pain, but nothing huge. I just thought I just twisted my knee. So I just thought, do you know what? Let me get back up and see if I can turn again. And I was on that side of the mountain. So I got back up, gathered my courage and everything, and then tried to turn again. Literally, my knee just gave way. As soon as I tried to turn, the knee just gave way. Couldn't control it, nothing. I fell again. That did hurt. That actually hurt more than the first time, to be honest. At that point, I knew that I'd done something to it, but still quite high up on the mountain. So I just thought, do you know what? I'm just gonna, where I am, my husband's like, let's call the little ski ambulance things, because we pay for the ski nage thing every time. He's like, come on, let's use it. And I said, no, there's a bar down at the bottom, not at the bottom, but it was like mid-mountain. I could see the bar. I'm like, let's just get to the bar. Let me have a drink. Let's just relax. Let me just sort of take the tension off of it, and then see if I'm okay. Picked up my skis, sort of slid down a little bit, tried to get back up near the bottom. Tried to ski down to the bottom of the slope where it was still a little bit steep, but not too steep. Tried to get back on, and again, my knee it wouldn't kind of started to give way, even just trying to clip it into the skis. And I just thought, okay, let me get down to the blue. So there was a blue sort of straight line down to the bar. Didn't have to turn or anything. Well, a little bit of a turn, but it was the other leg, so it was fine. So I got back onto the bottom of the blue, skied to the bar, had a drink. We sat there probably for about an hour, I think, just because it was just, I wasn't sure how bad it was. I had to walk to the toilets, and that was really difficult. So like my knee was just, it's almost like it felt like it wasn't, it's almost like it was locked, like it wasn't straightening properly. But so ended up getting the gondola down. So we didn't get a ski ambulance. I wasn't rescued off the mountain. We did get down myself. Hobbled over to the medical centre. Interestingly, they take you straight into X-ray. But we were covered by insurance, so I wasn't really bothered because the insurance were covering it all. But they literally took you in for an X-ray before they even looked at you, which was a bit, I suppose it's a money-making type thing. But anyhow, Had an x-ray, nothing broken. He tested lots of things with my leg, and he thought it was like an outer meniscus tear, so an external meniscus tear is what he suspected. Told me to come home, get an MRI. He braced it up with it wasn't a big locking brace, but it was a metal supported brace around the knee. So I was in a brace, which did help quite a lot actually. And then I just hobbled everywhere. It was obviously day 5, so we were coming home day 7 anyway. So the following day, it took that long to get, because my insurance would then get me extra seats on the flight, blah, 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 so I could stretch my leg. Not realising I'm only 5 foot, so I don't need a lot of space, but never mind. So it took a day anyway, so it's not like we could have come back a day earlier. That Friday, honestly, blue skies, literally amazing, perfect skiing weather. I think I even said to my husband that if I could jump on my knee, can I ski? He's like, no. Because I was so raring to go out. So like I said, I wasn't in that much pain considering what I ended up doing. So I got home, and again, I've got private health insurance, so I had to go through my private health insurance, and it was a bit of a palaver because you had to go see a face-to-face physio first. They then referred me to an MRI. Again, they did testing. They didn't say that there was going to be anything massively wrong with it. They just said they gave me very minimal rehab, and just said, go see a consultant. You need some imaging. So I think they suspected something, which I wasn't quite suspecting because I wasn't in a lot of pain. I was hardly in any pain. So I think the first couple of days I took a bit of paracetamol, ibuprofen. After that, I didn't take a lot. Seriously, it did not hurt as much as like I hear of people in pain. So it wasn't painful at all. It just didn't work properly. And so I then got into my consultant. It probably took about another 3 weeks before I got into a consultant, because once I had seen a physiotherapist, I then had to see like a higher physio, like a technical physiotherapist or a professional, I don't know, another physiotherapist who could then refer me to a consultant. So went to see the consultant who then referred me to Imogen. So the whole process took a while. It probably was about 4 weeks post injury that I found out that it was, literally I went in and the consultant's like, yeah, no, your meniscus is absolutely fine, but you have fully torn your ACL. But I walked out of there because my husband was away, so he didn't come with me, and just burst into tears, like just so many tears, because in my head, I assumed he would say, can't see anything on the MRI, physio, you'll be fine in a few months, right? And the way I understood, he didn't say it this way, but the way I understood it was, look, I've got 2 choices. I either get the reconstruction surgery, which is a lot of work from my end in terms of rehab afterwards. It's like 12 months, 9 to 12 months of recovery. It's 9 months for like athletes and like 12 months for regular. So it's 9 to 12 months of recovery, potentially more, before you can get back to pivoting sport. So like next ski season is completely. You might be able to rehab your knee back. You may be able to ski, but I wouldn't recommend it. So I would recommend that you ease off on all of those type of sports, all those high impact, high pivoting. You're going to have to lay off those and just take a step back in life, or you get the surgery. So the way I understood it in my head was either a life of no fun or a year of no fun. So the way I've taken it is I don't think I can do life with no fun. I love my hikes, I love all the stuff that I do, I love my activity, so I am opting to get the surgery. Unfortunately, that particular surgeon didn't do ACL reconstructions. He did meniscus tears, he did knee replacements, he did everything else but not ACLs, because I think they're slightly more complicated. So he referred me to a couple of other surgeons. So again, time-wise, it then added on extra weeks, because I then had to get into another consultant. I then had to get onto his books, and then finally got a date of June. So, and this was back in near the end of March. So So the earliest he could get me in, I think originally was the end of May. That got pushed back a couple of weeks, and now it's some point in June. Fingers crossed, I don't know, because it was going to be June 12th, and now that date is also in flux as well, depending on, apparently that you need 2 surgeons for the operation, so his second surgeon scheduling. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be in the next few months, hopefully before July, but we'll see. So that's kind of where I'm at this point in time now. So I have been rehabbing, prehabbing, I suppose is the right terminology, extensively over the last few months. I am walking without crutches, walking without brace. My physio and the surgeon are very anti-braced, so it was more of an emotional crutch, emotional support than it was probably physically. They've recommended ditch the brace, go to the crutches. I hate the crutches, so I prefer the brace over the crutches, but I am going to go with their advice now. I have been strengthening it. I have been walking on it. It's still pretty unstable when I do anything single leg. So if I stand single leg, if I, it can be quite unstable. So I am glad that I am getting me up, because that stability is going to be key. One of the reasons that they never picked up the fact that it was an ACL tear in all the testing, because they do this weird testing for ACL, is because my quads and my hams are quite strong. That's probably all the bodybuilding and all the strength training I've done over the last 7 or 8 years. So that helped my knee in terms of giving it the support that it needed, but that it masks the aka normal symptoms that you get from ACL. So I didn't hear a pop, not that I'm aware of. I didn't get a lot of swelling, and I wasn't in a massive amount of pain. The pain thing apparently is quite common, that if you completely snap it, if it's completely ruptured, there isn't pain because there's no nerve endings trying to rejoin or anything, because it's completely snapped. So that's kind of where I'm at now. So I am now just waiting for surgery, rehabbing. I went to physio last week, and she was very much, now I want you to continue building muscle. Don't do anything stupid. Don't jump on it, don't run, I don't want you to do anything else, because you could potentially now risk your surgery date, because you'll potentially do more damage. I just need to now continue to build strength and build up that knee so that it's ready and fit for surgery. So it is fit now. I've got quite a good flexion. I'm probably about, I don't know, maybe two inches off get in the flexion piece, and the extension, I'm again still haven't got full extension. I still can't fully lock my knee. And she said it might be because the ACL is still in the way, but I'm not that far off. So that's put me in a great stance in terms of post-recovery, and at the minute I am just working on everything that I need to do now for surgery, effectively, and get myself ready, geared up mentally, physically. I think mentally it's going to be the worst than the physical piece, because I'm so emotional about this, I don't know why. If you've got any tips, any things that I need to buy. So apparently I'm going to get given an ice machine as part of my surgery, because he does a hamstring tendon, and he only uses one hamstring tendon, unless he doesn't think it's suitable, and then he'll get another one. But I'm having a hamstring tendon put into my reconstruction, and they may end up doing an LET, I think because of potential instability. So I don't know, he'll see when he goes in if he'll do all those things. So I'm getting an ice machine from him. I have got a electric, those muscle stimulation pads already, which I only got last week. Physio taught me how to use them. What else have I got? I've got the foam roller, but give me any hints, tips, anything that I need to prepare myself for this would be great. Thank you.